He joins us now via the Cowherd Global Satellite Network, powered by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. You know, Andy, I know you're a football guy, and you don't listen to most of us loudmouths on radio and TV. But there was this thing hanging over you for a long time. Well, Andy can't win the Super Bowl. Did it ever even a little bit, Coach, bother you?
Not really. I feel better about seeing the smile and the tears with the players and the coaches, and I've always been that way. I'm in it to teach and to do all of that, and I don't listen to the other part of it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I don't want to take away from the fact that I like to win, and so that's a big part of it, and that's obviously the ultimate goal of all of us is to win the Super Bowl. So I love the experience.
You know, Andy, I said before the game is I felt you had the best player, but they had a deeper roster. When you were looking at film for 2 weeks with San Francisco, Andy, did you ever look at that and think, fellas, they got a lot of talent here. This is going to be a 4-hour effort for us to win. Were you at times looking at that film thinking, have we met our match?
No, I didn't look at it that way. I looked at it that their defensive front sure was good, and then you're always looking for matchups or mismatch, however you want to call it. But matchups become a big thing in the NFL. So I thought we were okay going into it. I did say, though, that I thought it would take 4 quarters. You had the two best teams of football playing each other. And so we prepared ourselves for that. And that's kind of what we got.
Andy, people won't talk much about your defense because of your offensive history and success. But I felt in week 11 to week 12, I don't know what happened, but something clicked, Andy, and your defense was significantly better. What was it?
Well, I think we made progress all the way through. It was small increments. So to somebody's eye that's possibly not a coach, you're not going to see those small things that were taking place. The players saw it. That's why they all bought in and stuck together during that time and didn't turn on the coach and things that you see in this league. So I felt like if we just hung in there and kept that going with those small increments, eventually this thing would kick in and it'd come to our advantage, and that's what ended up happening. Two
and a half years ago, Peter Schrager said to me, he said, I just talked to Andy Reid, and he goes, this Mahomes kid is, even Andy can't contain himself. So I want to go back. Obviously, you looked at a bunch of college stuff, and then you draft him, and then he's in your rooms on your practice field. Go to the moment, Andy, when you turned to your personnel guy, your GM, Brett Veach, and said, oh, Lord, this is all different. When did you know?
Well, first of all, I give all the credit to Brett Veach. He's the one that laid his name out there to Dorsey and I and made us watch clip after clip after clip. And so we brought him in for this 6-hour interview and beat him up for that period. And I came out of that going, you know what, there's some things here that Brett said he was the best player he'd ever seen. I can see some of these characteristics that he talked about with leadership and how intelligent he is and all those things. Well, then you go, well, let's see what he can do here, and then he comes in, and during the rookie mini camp, I go, all right, he did well with the rookies, and then the vets come in, and all of a sudden now you see those veteran players that have been around a little while, Justin Houston, Eric Berry, these guys go, oh my gosh, this guy's unbelievable. and so I'm going, all right, well, now we got to see him in a game. He had a chance to play against Denver, and he did that same stuff, and the rest has been history here.
Now you're the champ, Andy. Listen, you're going to be good for a long time, but now the standards changed. We want Super Bowls from Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. This is a unique territory. You celebrate. It's the top of the world. How do you defend against, the kind of things we know happened? How do you become the Patriots and not a one-off?
Well, I think you need to stay humble, and that's what this team was all about this year. They stayed humble and they worked hard. And so if you had to draw 2 characteristics from them, that's what you drew, and then they've got to understand that. I think we have a couple core players in there that are naturally that way, and I don't think all of this will get to them. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I love the challenge, though. I mean, let's go. Let's roll and see how it goes. There's nothing that time tells it tells that story, and we'll just see how it rolls.
Hey, during the game, you guys have now kind of a trend of playing from behind. I know it's not ideal. I know Andy Reid doesn't wake up on Sunday and say, I can't wait to play from 10 down. Explain it, because you're great at it, but you don't want to play from behind. What kind of goes on to that through that?
Well, that wasn't really our MO coming into the playoffs. We normally had the lead. We get in the playoffs, all of a sudden we're this behind team, 24-10, 7, and now that's who we are. But up to that point, that's not the case. And but listen, we did good with it. And you're right. I'm getting too old, man. This heart right here, doggone. Again, those leads, they drive you about crazy. But our guys, they handled it well. I'm proud of how they handled it on both sides of the ball. You really got to see the unity and the personality of this football team through that adversity, and I'm proud of I'm proud of how they handled it, coaches and players.
By the way, 7 seasons with the Chiefs. It's great for the league to have a well-liked and respected coach and quarterback, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid in Kansas City, right smack dab in the middle of the country, a smartly owned franchise. Now, you're a workaholic. You admit that. You love the game. Now, can you take 5 or 6 days off and just forget football now? Go to Mexico, go to Miami. Are you going to take a little break, a tiny break?
Listen, I'm not going to Mexico or there. I'm coming to see you, doggone it, and get a nice big In-N-Out burger or something. So I'm going to sneak out to California for a couple of days and take a breather. I will tell you this, Joy, your hometown there treated us like gold, and they were beautiful, and the food was perfect, man. We had some Cuban food that was unbelievable, and a few of those sandwiches went down real easy.
Thank you, Andy. Congrats.
Andy, everybody is so happy for you, and congratulations. You know how much we adore you, and it's great for Kansas City and everybody involved. Thanks so much, Coach.
All right, Colin. Thank you.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd, or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.